100.5 KATT. I am Cameron Buchholtz here with Schuylar from He Is Legend. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Cameron? Nice to see you.
Indeed, dude. Just stoked for the show tonight at Beer City Music Hall.
Absolutely.
And it's a new venue here at OKC for you guys.
Yeah. I can't remember the venues we've played.
I know you've played 89th Street and
89th
Conservatory,
Street.
which was the same building before that.
Yeah. I dug that place. This is cool. This place the stage sounds great. We just sound checked, so really excited about tonight.
Nice,
Fun
man.
Spot.
Before we got recording, you were kind of talking about that you guys are on your way west to meet up with Atreyu to do their 20th anniversary of the Curse Tour.
Yes.
And then you guys are actually doing I Am Hollywood in its entirety on that run.
Yeah, we kind of met them back then. They took us on our first European run, and just such fond memories of these guys. They're great people and have always looked out for us. We've probably toured with them 3 or 4 times. Just randomly here or there over the years, but they asked us to do this and knew we were doing a 20-year for Hollywood, so it kind of made sense. And it's been fun.
Nice. If people can't make it to Beer City tonight, you'll be in Dallas next Saturday night with Atreyu.
Yeah,
so that's
pretty close, and we'll be able to cram in I Am Hollywood as a.
Does it barely fit on the?
It barely fits. It's like the album runtime is like 38 minutes, and I think we have a 45-minute slot. So
okay.
Very little downtime, but it's fun. It's fun to do a smash and grab set. It's
nice.
fun.
Now, are you guys doing that record in its entirety tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other stuff, I assume.
Yeah, we'll do some other stuff at the end. It's we did a couple months back. We just did "Suck Out the Poison" in its entirety, which was odd. It's an odd bird kind of record. We toyed with the idea of doing that around, but trying to get on the ball for Hollywood, just warming up to get there. So it's fun. It's a fun record to play. We were all kind of, before it happened, we were like, is this going to be cool? But it ended up being great.
And I think the way that record sequences works live too.
It does. I mean, we've always written records to be digested as a whole, so we want the thing to flow from beginning to end. I don't know if people do that much anymore with the way that singles drop and online streaming and whatnot, but we make records for people who like records.
Sure. Well, I was going to ask if you ever worry about doing that record in its entirety and having done "Suck Out the Poison." Do you worry about getting too nostalgic? Because you're one of the rare bands of your peers that are still putting out consistently new music that's consistently good.
I do worry about. I worry about it. I think I worried about it until we started doing it, and then it just made sense. It was kind of a reprieve from us just doing an onslaught set of canon material. This just is a different thing that's happening in the last 4 or 5 years. I don't think I've seen bands doing reunion tours and or not even reunions, anniversary tours for records until the mid 2010s. I think I saw Minus the Bear do it back when, and maybe it's happened before, but it just seems like somebody opened a rift and drug a bunch of bands through that were hitting a 20-year mark.
You'll even see it on festival posters and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a big draw. So
I saw that was a big Riot Fest thing where they were just having these playthroughs, and that's cool. Our fans, it's been cool because I think that what we saw was kind of a resurgence in people listening to I Am Hollywood more. We did it all last year, and then we're kind of seeing that same cyclical workings and Suck Out the Poison now, even though we only did about 2 weeks, and we might do more in the next year. But I'm ready to play another canon set and be able to kind of go all over the place. But it has been fun to just show an album and what it sounds like 20 years later on stage with how much we've grown and it just has a vibe of its own. I was very worried before we started playing it, and then after the first show it was oh, this is, the kids want this, and it just made it even more enjoyable on stage.
Nice. When you first kind of went back to it, I'm assuming there are some songs that maybe you never played live, or
Absolutely.
at least very, very little.
Like I said, this never when you put out a record, you never play it front to back unless it's crazy kind of almost like a concept albums. Sometimes they get full
Sure.
plays, but you know, it was never a thing where you like go out and just douse your whole record. So yeah, when we were like coming in, I don't know if we ever played, like we rarely played Dinner with a Gypsy. Like there's a lot of things on there that maybe never got love because we distanced ourselves from that album immediately. You know, and you barely remember these things as a kid when you're like, you know, we were in our 20s getting signed and like trying to be on the road forever, and those things kind of get washed over with memories. And
Sure.
then, you know, you don't really remember who you were when you wrote these things.
Yeah.
So it's like to be able to say that I can still relate to this kid, you know, some 20 years later is pretty interesting to me. And I mean, I had a breakdown when I first listened to it and then went into rehearsals. I was just like, how is this possible? You know, because I had distanced myself from it, and because most artists are like, our newest work is our best work. It's
Sure.
not always true. You
Right.
know, not always true. And especially not true in the eyes of the fans. And so that can kind of make you want to go, well, we don't like this record. But
Yeah.
but I don't think it's ever that you don't like it. It's just that the distance allows growth. And yeah, so we kind of distance ourselves from it. Also would be growing and writing new records, and we're on our 7th now, writing our 8th. It's like, you know, you kind of got to get away from that to let your sound grow. But yeah, all in all, I think doing these anniversary records are fun, and we're having a good time doing it. And kids are coming out, and like kids who have been with us for 20 years are bringing their children, and their children like it on their own accord, which is like
Nice.
something
That's-
I never really understood, or like, yeah, I wasn't exactly like headbanging at shows with my folks, you know?
Right.
like-
Yeah. I
like-
mean, I went to my fair share of like classic rock shows.
yeah,
But, you know.
yeah. I mean, I saw Clapton with my old man, and like, but it was always like classic rock. You know, like I was getting into what they liked,
Right.
and it's like, it seems like now
There was never a pit.
right. There was never a pit. But yeah, it's interesting to see like some of these kids. Like I'll have dudes come up and be like, I don't know, man, she likes all your new stuff. Man. It's like, all right, cool. Like I'm into it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I like to think that we still have our finger on the pulse of what's happening in this community. And
I mean, I think if you go back, my most listened to is probably White Bat.
see,
So, you know.
and that was like a big resurgence for us when we got Jesse, and like it just finally seemed to fit more. And yeah, we just kind of came out swinging on that one. And I love White Bat, and it also kind of got cut short from COVID, you know, so we didn't even get to do a full tour. So maybe we'll hit like a 6-year anniversary,
Yeah,
7, however
something,
long it's
yeah.
been.
But now, you know, you talk about distancing yourself from the first record. A lot of times, I would imagine a lot of this crowd certainly didn't get to see you
Right.
on then. So I mean, I
Yeah.
know I saw you guys for the first time on the Suck Out the Poison tour.
Okay.
I think Maylene was opening for you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
so,
that would have been our, I think, headliner for that.
Yeah, it was some Christian venue in Dallas, because that's, you know, how it worked back then.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But so even I
Or a
missed out on.
VFW hall, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
But well, hell yeah, man! Just appreciate the time.
Hey,
And
thanks,
oh, I do
Cameron.
want to mention or ask you. You mentioned being partway through new record. It has been 3 years since Endless Hallway.
Yeah. We Endless Hallway was kind of a fever cry for just where we were during the pandemic. We tried we were gonna play It Hates You all the way through as like a live stream thing, but most things that happened over the pandemic, if you go back and watch them now, they seem so forced.
Yeah.
Everybody's terrified, and there's like this stamp of like pandemic approval on it, and I'm kind of glad that we don't have one of those.
Yeah.
That what came out of it was music, you know, and that's, a lot of people were pushed in creative ways over that time, and there was a lot of things that worked. I saw a lot of bands do it well. I think that if we would have done it, we would have forced it a little bit. We're not exactly like, you know, the most, not photogenic, but like it's just hard to do that. You know,
Yeah.
be in the studio. We're pretty perfectionists when we record things and make things permanent. We'd like for them to be as good as possible. So that was a little overwhelming, and then it just kind of fell apart around Thanksgiving of that year. We were like, oh, we can't do this live stream thing. It's not going to work. And I'm kind of glad it didn't. I am excited to play that album, though. It Hates You was like our kind of our coming of age story.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like it's kind of the odd duck in your discography.
It is very strange. I mean, it was 100% self-produced. So most of our stuff is, you know, minus like having someone in there turning knobs and giving ideas. Like our work is pretty much complete when we get in the studio. We know we don't go in with a lot of B-sides. It's like, here's the 13 songs, the order that it's supposed to be. And yeah, so things like that. I think working now, where we're just now off of a record label, so we're kind of free agents trying to figure out what's happening and navigate the waters. It's different. I mean, things are different now.
Sure.
It's fun to still be with the same guys writing, you know, and like the fact that this record will be heavily influenced by our first album is interesting to me. You know,
sure.
Because for a year we've been playing this poppy, like very young, abrasive album, and I don't think there's any way that can't show up in our writing process. You know.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
We're so familiar with this old record now.
Right.
Yeah, it is interesting for sure.
Hopefully, looking forward to that. Maybe sometime before the end of next year, I would assume.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we're gonna hit the ground running when we get home mid-November, and then we like to write in the wintertime, so we'll be held up, just chipping away at it, and then probably recording early next year if all cards are played right.
Cool. Well, hell yeah, man.
But yeah.
Well, stoked for the big rock show tonight
Yeah,
in Big
man.
City, and
Thank you
appreciate
kindly.
the time.
Thank you, Cameron.
Cool.
Cheers.